Hello everyone, Ortho Outlaw here, and I got a good one for y'all today. I recently attended the 2025 ORG conference in Texas, and as I'm rolling through the convention center, I turn the corner and I run across 3 automated wire bending machines. They were awkwardly close to each other, and I thought, what a perfect opportunity to get an interview and a face-off of sorts of these machines to see what they can do. That's what we did, and we're posting it here to hopefully give you some insight, whether you're just curious about the machines or thinking about purchasing one. And if you are thinking about purchasing one, put it down in the comments. Tell me which ones you think it would work best in your lab or any other questions you may have about these machines. I hope this video helps. Y'all have a good one. Good morning, everybody. We're at the ORG Conference 2025. We're here checking out all the vendors, but we have a good one for you today because the automated wire benders. Full disclosure, I happen to own this machine. We're going to get to interviewing them right now. But we've had a long night and a long day. But this is our first time. Ortho Outlaws, Orthodontic Lab Solutions, Orthodontic Lab Pros in Northern California. I'm trying to do these videos because when I bought the machine, there wasn't any to watch. They were the OGs in the game. They were the first, so there wasn't many videos out there. They got people knocking on their door, and we're going to put them all to the test today. And we're actually going to have Alex. He's a software engineer. He's going to pull up a fresh STL scan. He's going to start from scratch, just like we would in the lab. I know a lot about this machine, but I want you guys to make an informed decision when you go to buy one, and that's kind of our point. You're good. We all know nobody wants to bend these wires. Us old folks, us gray folks, there's not anybody younger coming in that says, I want to bend wires. Nobody wants to do it. So what we do know from Arlen and Specialty is that you could teach younger kids, right? You can teach young kids, they'll understand it, it's easier to learn, and they're sitting in front of a computer screen. We all know these gamers like to sit, and they're good at it. That's what they do, right? And you're obviously paying them a little less too. I know where I'm at in Northern California, our pool of employees is next to nothing. I know a lot of people have questions about these machines. I got stopped in the hallway of another ortho lab owner, and oh, you have the AOS, tell me this, tell me that. I haven't had mine long enough yet to give you all the statistics and the numbers, and I got mine in November. We're still getting there to put it 100% to work. And when I have those numbers, I'll let y'all know. I'm hoping it'll double my production, but I think that's.
You should be able to do more than that.
Says the man that made it.
And it's everything that has to do with wires, right?
Yeah. It won't bend everything, and it gets them to 90%, but it should speed up production, especially on Holly retainers.
The majority, yes.
Yeah, it's definitely going to do that. Your wire benders, you order a machine like this or any other kind of automation, they're going to think about their job right away, right? But it's not the case.
That's not the case.
It's not the case. We still need wire benders. You got to bend a little less.
If you have one, you better keep them.
You better keep them, and they're going to be needed. Hopefully, this will speed them up.
Absolutely.
On certain appliances.
Well, they're going to increase the production.
Yeah.
By definition.
These machines, I haven't seen one yet that could do a circle, so we're still doing quad helix by hand. We're still doing finger springs by hand, but that's the minimal stuff. We're really picky about how we cross over the occlusion, and so we're leaving our tails straight, and our great guy Tom, he's bending them in because you don't want to bite into them. It doesn't take that long. Once you get that labial and the loops are the same size, they're laying flat on the gums, they're looking good. Just get it in acrylic and get it down the road.
Right.
So anyway, Constantine, that's kind of my experience, and I'll share more with it as we go along, any points I think of. But tell me about you, AIM. He has another company named AIM. I've been to his facility in Florida. It's absolutely beautiful. He makes benders that are a lot bigger than this. They literally take up, I don't know how many feet. But so he's been in it a long time. And so tell me how you got into this.
So we make wire benders for the past 34 plus years. Initially, we created the company called AIM, Automated Industrial Machinery, incorporated in Chicago back in 1992.
Okay.
And I feel like I've been working 24/7 since.
Yeah.
But that comes with territory, I guess.
Yeah.
But we've been developing this since day one. We got to a point, so we had many requests from Orthodontic Labs for wire benders, but we pushed them away because we didn't have the technology back then.
Okay.
But around, I would say 2014, 2015, because we always strive to develop better technologies that our competitors throughout the world.
Okay.
So we developed the technology that will translate a digital model, a step file, DXF file, what have you, put it on the machine and create the code that will bend the material you want it.
Gotcha. You want to start showing us how that bends?
Yeah, so our machines are making wires for a lot of automotive components, like the seating components. Toyota Busok was one of our customers. Then you go to appliances, Whirlpool.
Okay.
We make the machines that bend the wire that go to the stove tops.
Okay. I've seen those in your.
Some,
I would have never thought that's how they're made, but I've seen them in your factory.
It's a wire,
yeah,
right?
It's crazy.
You open up your dishwasher, there's a wire basket where you put all your dishes. So we sell to customers that make these wire baskets that sell them to Bose, KitchenAid, or whatever.
I think you told me on top of an air conditioner too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
that's what got you started, right?
Yes, yes.
The top of the air conditioner, so you can't put your hand in there.
Right. The big fans, the big fan guards. And actually, we're still, believe it or not, we're still the only ones that have the best software to develop any fan guard we want, but just defining 3 numbers: the inner radius, outer radius, and the distance between the radii.
Okay.
We're still doing that. Then we developed the software, and we said, okay, now we can be very accurate. So I'm like, let's talk to these lab guys.
And then here comes the ortho side of things.
Correct,
You guys are watching on screen right now. I like I said, I have this software. Alex is pretty fast at it. He is a software engineer. He's not as fast as the kid in Georgia, but he's still fast. Okay, he's good at it. The more you use it, the faster you get. You can see all the adjustment it does. We all know we need that up off the pallet. The crossover's really tight. You could do it on this machine. We just choose not to. For now, we might get to that. I've only had it since November. We all agree that this will get the wire about 90%. So, and that's good because once you have that all done, and you could do C class on his machine, Adam's class, labial bows, wraparounds. There's a lot it will do, and there's some things it won't do, and that's just the way it's going to be for now.
Well, we keep on developing that.
Yeah.
Never stop, right?
Yeah.
So we've been doing releases. We said we're going to do 1 release per year. The past year we did 6 releases.
Yeah, and actually some of it was because of me asking for this or that. So they are accessible. You can call them and say, "Hey, man, I want to leave my tail straight," and you guys actually fix that for me. So they're going to continue to do that. And they're not gonna say, "Oh, the software is done." So they are taking feedback. How many do you have out in the lab space working?
I would say around 30.
30 of them. Okay. And what's the feedback?
Everybody loves it.
Okay.
Everybody loves it.
You have some big labs that have it, like we already mentioned.
Specialty has 3 of them.
Specialty has 3 of them.
And actually, they want some more because they're expanding. So.
Okay. Yeah, and then I think Neo Lab has a couple as well. We'll get over to Pensa Labs later, but they did Neo did some beta testing for Pensa, so that'll be interesting to see how that worked out. Like I said, they're the OGs in the market, so I will say what you see on screen is pretty much what you're gonna get out of the bending. Here we go. This is the fun part, guys. There you go. So it's going to fit on that model pretty damn tight, just like you see on screen. So
that's what differentiates us from everybody else. What the end result, right? It will fit. You don't have to fiddle with it. You don't need to correct it. You don't need to bend it. It'll be done.
Yeah.
And I always say, if it doesn't fit, do the correction on the software and then print one again, because it'll only take 20 to 30 seconds to make it anyway.
Yeah, agreed. And you can save these files as well.
The dog eats it.
Yeah,
you can
reprint it. I mean, honestly, I might just rebend it. It's so fast. We're not saving them at this point, but we might start. Another thing before I forget is you have a queue. So what I mean by a queue is specialty labs. They have a couple designers designing at all times, but instead of waiting for this process where it starts bending, they send it to the queue, and they have another guy that's all he does is print. Because what you
Right.
can't do is leave that wire laying in that tray where it drops and move on to the next one and bend it, or you're going to be searching for what model it went to, right? So that's where the Q comes in.
Right. So we have what we call the print manager.
Okay.
And the print manager is running on a different computer, and it knows how many machines you have and what wire diameter you have installed on each machine. And then it will, as soon as the machine gets freed from manufacturing, bending another part, it will push it directly there and will make it.
Okay.
And we have another automation, I don't know if you're familiar with that, where we have a conveyor belt where you can fill up the conveyor with containers, and then we set up a printer next to the machine, and as it prints it, it will print a label with a machine file.
You have this?
We have that, yes.
Well, how the hell am I just now learning it? Whoa,
It's not out
whoa.
yet.
Oh,
It's not out yet.
I was saying, are you bullshitting
but
me?
it's
Right? Is it
available.
April 1st? No.
No, it's not.
Okay. All
So
right.
it'll put the label because you have.
Yeah, that's
let's
important.
say you have 20 containers. You don't know which one is what.
Well,
right?
we usually have a lab slip with them, and it's clipped to the container. But you definitely
Right.
got to get it in a container and
Exactly.
get it for the next
Yes.
part of the production. The assembly line, pretty much is how it is.
Yeah. We have a smart conveyor that'll detect the presence of a container in front of the machine.
Yeah.
And then it'll ask the printer to print the label, and then the machine will drop in the wire into that container and
I
then
got
move for
you.
the next one.
I think that's going to be more a specialty lab, neo lab.
You get higher production.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Us small guys, man. We're
That's
just a
the next
small
step in
lab.
automation.
We all know that a lot of the lab owners are getting old. And Arlen actually brought it to my attention because he's a walking encyclopedia that 80% of the labs are 5 people or under.
That's correct.
80%. And that's a high number.
Well,
And-
automation will give these guys the
And-
capability
yeah.
to grow and
Yeah.
double or triple their business.
Right. And, like I said, we haven't got there with ours, but we're a little worried about our acrylic girl keeping up. I don't know if this thing's running full potential that she can. She's really good. Shout out to Crystal, Tom, Sebastian, my daughter Zepha that works there, and of course, the boss, as it says on her desk, Leah. She was supposed to be here, couldn't make it. Something came up, and so we're kind of winging it right now, and that's why I'm just watching it.
That's okay.
Staying out with all the boys, last night, and it wasn't very smart. But hey, I'm around Priscilla, JVC. She's a legend.
Right.
I've never met her. Been talking to her 20 years. All hugs. She was down there with us. And the conversation was great. It was some lab talk and just getting to know these guys. This conference has been really good. It's been good for you guys. Seeing you guys travel, especially in Germany. Y'all did well out there.
We've been doing German shows for the past 30 years, actually.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, with the AIM.
Well, with the industrial side
Yeah.
of the business, too.
Yeah. So, these videos, I was trying to do 3 of these head to head, and we'll get to that in a minute. We are going to do these videos just to help you guys out. And if you ever have any more questions, you can reach out to Pauline at AOS. If you really want to go down and see it, you can do that too, or catch them at a show. And same with these other guys. We've already talked to them, and we kind of know their support system. Talk about that. Like if
They're all made in America.
Made in America.
Yes, all our engineering support.
You're on the East Coast,
we're on
or
the
you're
East Coast,
Florida.
right.
So when you call in to talk to Alex, if say you need Alex or what have you.
We have another 5 guys.
Oh, do you?
taking calls,
I just
yes,
deal with
yeah.
Alex personally, the guy here bending.
I know, it's always the case.
Yeah. No, he's really good. He's really sharp. You usually give him a scenario, what's going on, and he knows how to get in and handle it. So we still got to put ours to the test more, but just seeing these all together on one aisle, and that was the thing too. I'll show you this aisle. They're like right next door to each other, and I come walking in here Friday night, and I turn the corner, and I go, oh man, this is awkward. This is awkward. You all got to sit here and stare at each
It's
other
okay.
all day.
But-
Yeah, it is healthy. It is healthy. And you and I have had some conversations about that and where this is going. Us as lab owners, we really want to see this. It's there, but obviously we want it to bend everything and do everything. Talk about AI. Are you going to bring AI?
So AI, we do use AI. We use a lot of algorithms to create all the models, all the wires. There's specific rules behind them, and also we need to see on the screen. You can make anything, right? But you can make stuff that you cannot make physically.
Yeah.
So
the machine has a couple capabilities.
we have some artificial intelligence to know
to be specific,
how
under
to-
2 millimeters. is where it struggles.
Okay, so usually bend-to-bend distance is 1 or 2 wire diameters,
Okay.
the minimum.
Yeah.
So depending on the wire diameter you have, it's your
Yeah, and
limitation.
that brings me to the tooling too. So your tooling will handle approximately 3 different wire sizes if you want to change out the spool without changing the tooling.
The tool, right.
Yeah, so you go like
Otherwise, we can
028,
go-
030,
Yeah.
032, and otherwise you have to change the head here. Can you show me the head real quick? You change the tooling there, and what's the cost for the different tool?
I don't recall. I think it's like about $4,000.
Okay. For the different size tool.
Or yeah, that includes everything you need to run another piece of wire.
Okay.
But because we have, I mean, we can go up to 045. So from
That's going to be more for
018
these removable guys. They're eyeballing your
thicker
machine
wire,
too.
yes,
Yeah, it's a
yes.
thicker wire. They only need a C class out of it,
Right.
and they're just going to produce all day
Right,
long.
right.
But and then so speaking of cost, have you done ROI? We talked earlier in our first interview. Pauline did it before, and she said 6 months, and I disagree a little bit just because I'm a lab owner and I know that it takes time to get the customers, get the
Right.
machine set up. I mean, I got mine in November, and we're still not 100%. Mind you, the holidays were here, so it's not all because of that.
Taking you have the business.
It's sometimes that's tricky to get in this field.
Right, but that's a different problem.
Yeah, that's
okay?
not your problem.
We're
So
just talking about machine.
let's say the day it comes running at 100%, I'm still gonna guess a year and a half.
So, in an average, the machine can produce as much as 8 bending technicians.
Okay.
And that's a fact. We published that. We've been having that calculation up on our website for the past, 7 years.
Okay.
And that's why the big labs like Specialty, right? They will verify you that.
Yeah.
You know, they have 3 of these.
Yeah, right. How long has it been out? This machine?
I think the first one we sold in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were the first ones out. They were and then we got some other ones here that we're gonna check out too. But all in all, I'm happy with mine so far. We've had a few struggles here and there, but it's just some of it's growing pains and software.
It's training.
Yeah.
We have online training.
Okay.
So that if you hire somebody fresh, we always tell them go online at your own pace.
Yeah.
Follow the training online,
Okay.
and then we'll spend some time remotely. Everything's done in America, so
Yeah.
we're living in the same time zone.
Okay.
So we can set up a one-to-one with Zoom or TeamViewer or what have you.
Okay.
Remote
Yeah.
software and train you face to face.
Okay. And I'm watching Alex here. You can see he's doing a C class. I'm just going to let y'all watch that. Us lab guys know what that is. And let's talk about price.
It's $150.
150. 150,000. 25,000 a year for the software. No, we're kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. We would love to get. You'd love to get that, wouldn't you?
So the price right now it's about $65,000.
Yeah. I paid more, y'all. Just so you know.
I'm sorry,
And I thought
but
they were
that's-
friends.
yeah.
I paid $30,000 more. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah, the price was at $98,800.
Yeah, it was. And they
then
gave me a discount off
we
that.
dropped
but-
it. Yeah. We dropped it to 65.
Yeah. So you're at.
As it happens with everything, right?
Yeah, you're at 65, right?
We're at 65 right
65. And then how about the software?
The software, I believe it's like $88.50, I think, per year.
$88.50 per year for
Per
the
year.
subscription.
Yes. And that includes everything. It includes your support, your updates, constant updates.
Okay. When you pay.
And the improvements,
Okay.
customizations.
Yeah, gotcha. And is it included in the first year?
We've been thinking about that.
I just put him on the spot right now, guys, because we've been talking about. I'm like, you might just want to throw that in. I'm looking out for me and everybody else out there. Yeah. Throw that first year in there, man. You're paying $65,000 plus tax and this and that. It is what it is.
I'm sure it will help. But at the end of the day, you're thinking it the wrong way. You need to think it on the way that's going to return. How much money is that returning to you?
ROI.
Right? So let's say you hire another 2 wire bending guys, right? How much is that going to cost you?
Well, you got to find them
right?
first,
Well, you got to find them first.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
It makes it even more difficult.
Yeah.
So instead of paying, let's say you pay them $50,000, but nobody's going to come to work with you for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be $100,000. So Are you telling me $8,000 is more expensive than $100?
Right.
I don't think that's right.
Right. I hear you. I hear you. And you know, speaking of that, finding wire benders and this and that, something I mentioned in the last video that I don't think I mentioned yet is when we were in Germany, like I said, I'm kind of friends with these guys now, and I would use them to set my backpack down so I didn't have to carry it and get their free water and stuff like that. Well, I happen to run into a lot of lab owners from all over the world. All over the world. I can't even remember the countries all over. It's like a blur at this point.
Everybody.
And so that was they would say, hey, will you talk to him? You on the machine. So that was my first question for him. Can you find wire benders? And there was one exception. It was a lady out of India. She said, I teach a school. Other than that, I'm talking all over the world. No. It was a hard no. And of course, we all know about employees, this and that. But they cannot. This is a worldwide problem.
Since you mentioned it, as a matter of fact, we had an Indian prospective customer. He wanted to buy 10 of them. 10. And he was negotiating what would be the discount for it.
No, I was thinking the same thing. If you keep selling them like that, the whole price on everything can come down, right?
It should.
Yeah, that's what I'm pushing for.
Exactly.
I give him a hard time a lot, but we're trying to work together. And as you all know, a lot of us small labs out there, we're making the money. You got financing options. You can make payments on it.
Absolutely. Yes.
But you know it has to work for you. And like I said, there's a few valid points. The gamers, resale for your business.
Absolutely.
Stepping up your production. They are consistent. Your labial bows are consistent. As long as you design them consistent, you don't see a lot of difference in like a hand bending technician. The technician has their little quirks about them, you know?
Something else very important is we're setting up right now with FDA.
Oh yeah.
We're doing all the cytotoxicity tests. We're doing everything that's needed so that we have already the ISO 13485, and that's a pain. We have all the software, the training, the procedures. Yeah. And pretty soon we're going to be certified. We're going to have all the certifications to sell to Canada, Europe, India, Japan, Australia. Yes.
We had them from all over at IDS. I tell you what, we're all tired at this point, and we're almost done with this show. And like I explained earlier, everything that happened to me, these guys are smart. They went to bed last night. I went out for one beer and karaoke, and I seen Pauline out too, but she went to bed early. She was on the other side having a good old time, and all of us here did. You could pan around and show them how close the other wire benders are. You all seen, so we didn't talk about it much while Alex was doing it because it is what it is. If you really want to know time, just go back on the video and time it when he was doing the labial bow and stuff, because you see on the top of the machine everything it'll bend, and actually bending it is pretty fast.
Absolutely.
Designing it obviously takes a little longer. They have templates. You could free form draw.
I think we do a full wraparound, and the machine bends in like 35 seconds.
And if y'all haven't seen it, they were on a podcast with Kate Tippett, ORG, Man versus Machine. Is that what y'all called it?
Yes.
And it was interesting. I really think, like I said, Alex does a great job, but I think the kid in Georgia might have gave Cade a little bit more running for his money. But what do I know?
Right.
I don't know. That kid in Georgia was really fast. So, anything else that I'm missing on this second interview, Constantine?
I don't think so. We're proud to be Americans.
This is all. So I will say, when I was in your factory, they have big CNC machines.
Right.
He said we don't try to buy anything from anywhere else. We want it made in America, and you don't hear that anymore. You just don't. You just don't. So
it'll get better.
Yeah, and if you all want to see his factory, go to his website. I think on both AOS and AIM, right?
Yes, we do have a.
They have it looked like a drone did it or something. It's beautiful. Their place is beautiful. You could literally eat off the floor, and it's impressive. Those bigger machines, go look at those too. Those AIM machines, man.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
yes.
I like the Gemini, because you and I are both Geminis. We figured out that Gemini going head to head. That's a good one. So
we sold that in New York, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big machine.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see where he came from and how it got all the way down to this size wire. It's almost there, guys. It actually is. I think in another year or two, by the time everybody gets their software,
it will never stop.
You're right. It probably never will.
That's a never-ending game.
Yeah. Hopefully AI comes into it and I can scan a barcode and it knows exactly what to do.
We already have
We're working on it. I've talked to everybody about it. It's not there yet. We're still going to have to do it like you've seen Alex do it over here. But maybe someday we can work with EasyRx. We could scan the barcode and just sit there mindlessly and wait for it to print. You never know. It would be nice. Anything else you think I'm missing? You want to add to it? Your website?
You got to be careful when you...
Pauline, come say hi. This is a sales rep that you need to get a hold of.
I just want to tell everybody to be careful when you buy a machine. You make sure that your end product is correct.
Okay.
What good is it if you like the color of the machine or what have you, and what it makes doesn't fit your purpose?
I will say this. So we've been traveling. I've been to a bunch of shows. There is some other brands out there. I won't mention right now. I might have one coming to my lab for review because that's something we're going to do, start bringing equipment and products in my lab and test them and review them. So I might have one coming. Right. I won't mention the name yet, but one thing I will say is at the shows, some of these machines just aren't working. And we don't know.
Everybody was saying
they're still working on. Yeah, they're still working on it.
You're spending thousands of dollars for the trade show, and it doesn't work. Something doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's one I seen bend in Chicago that I did not see bend in Germany, and I just don't think they had the right people there to run it. Yeah, well, I got on a phone call with this guy overseas, and I seen him do it. You know, they're just not quite there. They're still working on it. Yeah. You're the OG, buddy. Put some gray in your hair too, didn't it? I think you would much rather make your large wire machines than this little redheaded stepchild right here, huh?
You know what? It's fascinating whether it's large or small.
It is fascinating.
We do make automated cells, and we do help American manufacturing to survive or even get better than everybody else.
You're helping the labs, and it's just going to get better, guys.
If you think about it, if you drop your costs, you can start exporting to Asia. How about that?
I've learned some stuff at this conference in particular, kind of exporting, but we'll get into that in later videos, what they're doing. You sum it up right. He has a bunch of preformed stuff. This is Pauline. This was my sales rep. It was a terrible experience, horrible. She's actually become a friend of Leah and I. Leah has yet to meet y'all, but we talked on the phone and this and that. But this is the only sales rep, so this is who you'll deal with if you're interested. She has a bunch of knowledge. Reach out to her. How do they get a hold of you? You don't have to get that close.
I said
we already went over this earlier, love. This talk.
Either you can email me, Pauline, which is PAULINED at aosmicro.com, or you can call me anytime if you have any questions or concerns.
Do you want to give a phone number?
It's on our website.
It's on our website.
Yeah. Just go there, and she has a lot of knowledge. If you end up really interested, you're more than likely going to get her personal cell number. And that way, if something goes, if you need something, and it's a weird time of day because they are in Florida on the East Coast, we're on the West Coast, so it was a little, I shoot her a text, or Leah shoots her a text, and they're responsive. So I don't want to make these too long. I want to make them very informational. I'm trying not to be biased to your machine. I'm looking forward to go to see what Pensa has. And I wish you luck because there might be better.
Same to you.
It might be better. They're the new kids on the block. We're going to find out. Constantine, I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Pauline, y'all go see them, talk to them. Any questions? If you have any questions for me as lab owners, they have other guys too that have them out in the field. You might even be able to get in touch with Arlen. I don't know if anybody knows who Arlen is, but he's a wealth of knowledge, very friendly, he always loves to give the knowledge too. He's very open with this knowledge. So
we also have a great podcast with Arlen.
Yeah.
AOS with, Arlen.
Yeah. So reach out, guys. We're going to go to the next one, and we're going to put them head to head and see how it goes.
Good luck.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. We're with Pensa Labs, new kids on the block. Just like Dr. Neil here. I'm excited to see what their machine will do. They have some customers around right now, potentially looking at their software, so we're going to kind of kill two birds with one stone. We'll interview Marco, and we'll see the Pensa Labs machine bend. I'm really excited. I personally, and my partner Leah, my girlfriend, has done a Zoom call with Marco, and he has showed us the software. He actually gave me a download of the software, but I didn't do anything with it. But he did give us a demo, and it was informational. So if y'all want to get a hold of them and get a demo of their software and see the machine, we're going to show you more right now, so you have some educated purchasing when you go to buy one, and which one does what and all that good stuff. One thing different about this machine is it does not need an air compressor. It's just, I don't know, he'll explain to us in a minute why, servo motors or something these engineers know that I don't. It is all electric, 110 circuit, 15 amp, pretty straightforward as far as setting it up. So we're gonna talk to Marco. Marco,
We're doing a live demo here.
we're doing a live demo.
And she's learning how to do it, so we'll see how easy our software is based
Okay.
on
Yeah.
first-time person. I mean, this is up in the ante on live demos.
It sure is, isn't it? How'd this work out? I already told them, I'm not going to lie to these guys. We already did this video too. So, and it was a great video, honestly. And so here we are, we're doing it, but now we got her over here. So yeah, Alex from AOS is over here helping me film because I'm out of, I have nobody to help me film. I don't have a phone. Still hungover. It's early in the morning, and we're gonna get some from. We're going to get some information from Marco when he's not busy here, and we're going to bend a couple wires, a labial bow. We'll go labial bow 3 to 3, and we'll try to get a wraparound done too. And then we'll try it on the model and see how it goes. Again, Marco, can you give me a little backup about yourself, how this came about?
So I'm Marco Perry, I'm founder of a company called Pensa. We're a design and engineering firm. We do a lot of work for large corporate and small startups. And at the time, we needed something additional for our own 3D printing and digital fabrication lab. And so we started making wire benders. And then from there, we got a lot of requests in this field, which I find really interesting. So we made a wire former for the Orthodontic Labs, and really part of that was really creating the software that is so simple that I don't mind a live demo of somebody trying it for the first time.
She's trying to learn it, y'all. She's trying to learn it, so don't take this tape. She's brand new on this. I will say we've been here a couple days. I've had a chance to talk to Marco, and we've went into length about his product and his software, and they're just like anybody else. They're going to continue to work on their software. It sounds like they got a good team. These machines will only do so much, but they'll get you a lot closer than bending everything by hand. So this is their debut.
Yeah.
You guys rolled out at this show. Another difference, I already talked about not needing an air compressor.
No, we don't need an air compressor. We just need standard power, so 10 amps, 110 volt.
And the difference from this machine and Dr. McNeil's machine, awkwardly across the aisle, is you feed this one straight pieces, 14-inch, right? 14-inch straight
you can use
pieces.
lab length straight wire. You can use spools. We'll support spools, but
He's getting there on that.
Yeah.
And doing that, there's a little advantage to where you could use different wire size.
So for example, if you want to run a 030 and then you want to run a 028, you can do that.
Okay.
You just the next piece you put in. But again, if you really want spools, I don't mind. You want to use different wire. It's very easy to train the machine to run with any wire you
So
want.
you're going to be open about it. And so you've done beta testing. We got permission from Christian to say it at NeoLab.
Right.
And how long has that beta testing been going on?
We started over a year ago.
Okay. And Christian has done that for you. And how's it gone?
It's been very, very helpful. I mean, we really wanted to make a machine that worked for the labs, not force the lab to change their workflow to work for us.
Right.
So, we got a ton of feedback. We learned a lot about orthodontics and orthodontic wire bending and what labs do, but more importantly, just the workflow. How does the order come in? What do you do next?
And they actually know the lingo too. They know, you know what you're talking about. Someone's taught you. It's probably Christian, huh?
Yeah.
But that's good. So you did all the beta testing with him. You don't have any out on the market yet, except for with Christian, right?
Right, that's right. We just launched, and Christian has two.
Okay. And you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. So they gave us great feedback just before this show. They said they have C-class, they'll draw it up in under a minute. A bow they'll do under 2 minutes, and then it'll bend out. And I mean, a C-class probably 20 seconds, and then a bow maybe 45 seconds.
Okay. And like we said, this is a girl learning to use it. In a second, before we stop this video, I will have Marco bend just a smooth labial bow real quick, and maybe a quick wrap around. We'll keep this kind of short. The machine is what it is, guys. Like I said, you could always get a demo of the software via Zoom with Marco. That's what he did for us. And try to make a decision buying these machines that works for your lab.
We give a 30-day free trial, so if you want to just play with the software, see how it works, and learn how to use it, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, you sent one over to me. without the machine, you could still learn how to do it. You put instructions in it that you could turn on and off. So when you first
manual is entirely built in, so it gives you a getting started guide, and then once you've gotten used to that, you can dock that out of the way. But there's always tool tips, so that if you click on a tool, it'll tell you how to use it, what it's for, etc.
Okay, what do you think makes your... I didn't ask you this earlier. This is a good one. What do you think makes your machine stand out?
Well, I think the most important is probably the software and how easy it is to use. I think ultimately, it won't be that long if it's not already there that everybody's bending what they drew. But how fast is it from art to part? I think that's the real
art to part. I like that. Yeah, no, because that's what it's going to come down to. I think everybody's just going to keep improving. And I've talked about that at the AOS.
I would say, maybe this is true, maybe it's not, but at least in my claim is that we can get much tighter density of points, and so you get a much smoother shape.
Okay. And you're going to show us that here in a second, what this thing could do. We already did it earlier, so this is kind of redundant, but we need to show it. I really want to show it to my viewers because, like I already said, when I went to buy mine, there wasn't any reviews, anything like this. So I really hope it helps and also helps you as well. We'll see.
Did we go over pricing and everything else?
Not yet. Let's go over pricing, ROI. We all figure about a year and a half on ROI. Our ROI is up in there. But yeah, let's go over pricing, financing, warranty, maintenance.
Right. So maintenance is primarily maintenance for you. All these sealed bearings, they're all going to run on their own grease inside, so you don't have to really do anything. Warranty is for a year, and then it's $69,000 that comes with the software and the tooling out of the gate.
$69,000.
And then year on year, it's $1,500 for the software.
$1,500 a year for the software. Okay. Right. So you said $69.
Yeah, $69.
You have financing? Oh no, we talked about this.
Yeah.
You don't have financing yet, but you're going to work with the bank here shortly.
Yeah.
Honestly, anybody, if you really want the machine, you could get financing. There's a bunch of private companies.
There's a lot of.
He's just not quite there yet. This is his first show, so they're trying. Let's get some out there, see what happens. I also talked to Marco. I was like, listen, Christian, Neo, these bigger labs, excellent. Great people, by the way, too. But when some of these get in the smaller labs, like mine, I asked him, please listen.
Yeah.
Please listen. And he said he would. He said his software team's going to, just like AOS does, they listen. He said his software team will try to accommodate our needs, just like you've done for Christian or anybody else, because we all have different needs. Some people might want a contour. Some people might want a straight labial bow. You never know. I like contour labial bows. Some people could care less about them.
Yeah.
So,
well, I would say this: like you might think like a large lab that has a lot of influence, but a lot of little labs have the same influence. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot
to
of
make everybody happy.
80% Arlen taught me is 5 people or less.
Right.
So that's a big number.
Yeah.
You go from big to
You're right.
small really fast. There's some in between.
Yeah.
There's just not many nationwide. I already talked about being in Germany and figuring out this is a worldwide problem. So it's not just the United States. Everybody needs some wire benders. So what you guys are all onto is great. I've already talked about the perks of why hiring young people, being able to train someone easily and being able to sell your business, not just with this automation, but other automation we'll get into in different videos, because there is other machines that I got my eyeballs on. I got some coming to my lab to try out, and we'll just automate it. And I don't think we have many other options.
Nope.
I just don't. I really don't. Anything else you want to talk about? I do want you to show me real quick. Do you have another computer on the other side? Or is it just this one? No, you don't have to do it right now, but anything else? Did you talk about warranty?
Warranties for 1 year.
1 year. And can you buy extended?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the price on the extended? Do you know offhand?
Actually, I don't.
Okay. That's all right. You could get a hold of them and find out. How many different size wires can your tooling handle? I've seen usually 3 different wire sizes, like 028, 030, 032, without having to change the tooling.
We can go from, in total range, we can go from let's say 16 thou to 80 thou, right? But nobody in this
in lab terms, Marco.
016 to 080.
Okay.
But most of you guys want 028, 030, 032. Some want 040, 045, and I think that's fine. We can do all that.
That's probably going to be the removable guys, but we use it, but rarely. It's going to be the 028, 030, 032.
And then within there, Our rule of thumb is you kind of want to stay within 10% of the wire diameter. So if you want 030 and 032 on the same tool, we can do that.
Okay.
If you want to go 028 to 032,
Okay.
the 032 is going to look a lot better than the 028.
Okay, got you. That's something we talked about. But you're going to keep working on that. And that's because of spring tempered in the wire and your machine has to
it's
bend
actually
past it.
The tooling has to be big enough to accommodate the largest wire.
Yeah.
And then the smallest wire is loose in there.
Gotcha.
So when you look at it in like a zoomed in camera, you'll see the wires like dancing around.
Right.
And so you just want it as tight as possible.
Okay. Yeah, anything else you could think of that we haven't covered in this second interview we're doing?
No.
The first one was so good too. Yeah. We had a little fun with it. This is the IT department, the tech support over here. His hair looks like that every day. We found out. If you call in, you'll be dealing with him. He's actually pretty good at running the software too. We've been here and watched him a little bit. There are other salesmen that you deal with isn't here. Do you want to give out his info and your website?
So Josh Fidel would be the person to call, and it's just J and then FIDEL at pensalabs.com, or sales at Pensa Labs will get me, Josh, and a few other people. And I think we're all trying to beat the storms.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get out of here, guys. Second interview. What we'll do, we'll probably cut it right here, and then maybe if we have a second, we could have you. I could show y'all some of these that we did earlier, actually.
It's not bad. It's definitely takes some getting used to.
Let's see. This is some we did earlier. It was a contoured labial. Can you see that, Alex? Am I holding it right? So I'm trying to hold a pink toothbrush microphone because we're hillbilly like that, and the wire at the same time. It's on there. We had a couple struggles with this one, but all in all, it is. Can you see that? Oh, I need to look at the camera. There you go. It is touching the teeth. Might not be able to see it on camera, but it does need a little bit more adjustment. It looked like the standard labial bow, which probably the majority of people would do, came out better. And like I said earlier, we're finding in quality control you can fix some stuff too. So it's doing it. Here's their Adams class. Am I in the right spot? Yeah. It's doing it. It's going to bend pretty much every appliance the ALS machine's going to do. It's going to do your TPAs, your lower lingual arches, your labial bows, your wraparounds, your C-class. Am I missing anything, Alex? That's pretty much it, right? Yeah. And then maybe more in the future. We'll see as they keep working on their software and making the machine better. Everybody's literally trying to pack up. So I showed them your wires. Can you make it print real quick? Or we already have that, huh? So this is Josh. This is the sales rep.
Doing Ortho Outlaws.
Ortho Outlaws. He's going to help me pump the channel. He's young and proud, and he's teaching me all the lingo. And we went over this earlier. Riz.
Like Riz.
I have no Riz. No Riz. On your mama?
On my mama.
On your mama. Okay. All right. If you really, on a serious note, if you really want to know more about the machine, we already gave your info. Get a hold of him.
Email me. We'll set up a meeting. We can get you set up with the software. We can give you a demo. Maybe make you some samples. It'll be our pleasure.
Yeah. So that pretty much sums it up. Marco and I went back over things for the second time. How do you tell these guys? Isn't it like, subscribe, and what?
Smash that like button, ring the notifications, subscribe, and buy a machine.
That's right. You need a job on a YouTube channel?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I might have.
I've also been invited to their factory, just like AOS, to come do filming. So if that ever happens, I'll let y'all know. Neo's in the same area. I've been invited to go film inside Neo Lab, I think Specialty Lab, but ODL for sure. And they're near the same area, so we might have a factory tour at some point. And then we'll go over. Maybe you'll have different developments by then.
We'd love to have you in Brooklyn as well. Yeah. You're more than welcome anytime.
Thank you. And we're gonna see this thing bend real quick, and we're gonna wrap it up because everybody's getting out of here, and we barely made it. Yeah, Ortho Outlaw. Okay, we stopped real quick because we needed to get this loaded up and ready to go. Here it is bending. It's doing good. We went through this earlier, tried it on the model. This is, mind you, someone that's learning. We're just gonna show you bend real quick. 14-inch wire straights, right? And you do lose a couple inches at the end. But they are going to support spools here in the future. Marco, can you tell me about your wire really quick? What kind of wire are you using?
Right now we're running 032 304V
okay.
stainless.
Okay. But you can run anything, right?
Cobalt chrome, doesn't matter to me.
All right, that's good. This is a little shorter. This will give you guys a good idea of the difference of the machines. That's a few things. You can see it bending a little different with the straight links and such, and only needing power, not an air compressor. But that pretty much sums it up. Look out for more coming in the future. I'm going to keep updating you. I will give you numbers on production changes, percentages, and all that good stuff. That's the wire it's bending. We're not going to try that on a model just because she was learning when she made that. But let's go ahead and wrap it up, Alex. Okay, Josh. Here we go.
Here's the magic.
We're Ortho Outlaws. They're going to be following us. Yeah. How would you say it? You got any kid slang for me? Anything new?
Let's see. Ortho Outlaws out.
Is
that weak? Is that weak?
That's a little weak.
It's a little weak.
Yeah.
Guys,
Like no
guys,
cap.
Anything? No cap. Follow Ortho Outlaws. Or you have no risk.
On the real.
Or you have no risk.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Go.
That's facts. That's facts.
That's
That's
on your
facts.
on your mama's.
I'm a mom.
That's what's up. All right, y'all. Great interviews. I hope it helps. If you have any question, reach out to me, Marco, AOS team, and Dr. Neil. All right? Well, yeah. Hello, everybody. We're doing, we did AOS, Pensa, and now we're here with Dr. Neil.
Yeah.
He also has a wire bending machine right here.
Yeah. Denco Ortho, company name.
What's that?
Company name is Denck Ortho.
Denck Ortho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Denck Ortho. They're brand new. This is a first show for them as well. The first time bringing this to a show.
Yeah.
And he has some bent wires here. It's been bending, but unfortunately they did have an air compressor go out. AOS tried to loan them their air compressor. The fitting sizes are a little different. We just don't have the tools or the time to fix it. So we're going to talk real quick on this one. He's going to show us what he has bent here. I'll have Alex come in and get it nice and close and show you. But anyway, this is Dr. Neil. Dr. Neil, who designed this machine? Was it you?
No, it's not me.
It wasn't you.
It's my friends.
It's your friends. Okay.
Yeah, I'm introduced.
And what country are y'all based out of?
I come from China, but Denco Ortho is a German company. I cooperate with my friends who is in Germany.
Okay.
He designed the machine, but I just focus in digital orthodontic more than 23 years.
Yeah, Dr. Neil actually spoke here at the ORG conference. He has some other digital twin blocks and things that he speaks on. So this is just kind of a new machine to his repertoire. Alex just got all the video. Like I said, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see this machine bend today. But this is what it's doing.
Yeah. So far, I just want to introduce Denco Ortho is actually is a focus in digital chairside orthodontic. So firstly, we just do clear aligner, designer, clear aligner, and IDB, and then fixed retainer. Manufacture a small machine just used in chairside. So then we finally built the bending machine for hard retainer. So it's different. And also, Denco also made a 5-axis CNC manufacture trimming the clear aligner.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's where
actually,
y'all started.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Denco also is not only a manufacturing the bending machine.
Okay.
It's focusing on digital chairside, digital solution.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So
And how many did you say you have out on the market that's actually in a lab? How many machines are in a lab working in what countries?
yeah, the country is usually just Europe and China.
Okay.
And this is the first time in the
In
USA.
the United States.
Yeah.
And you're ready to sell them in the United States.
Yeah, it's
They're
ready.
ready to
So we
sell.
have cooperation with. We have already had an after sales center in USA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have what I forget how many you told me you have in labs, like 15, 16 in other countries. These machines working in
China,
labs.
yes, just including China and Europe, it's more than 20 to 20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said the feedback's been good. You're ready to bring it to the U.S. market. And the software's ready to go. We'll look at that in a second because that is a big deal on these machines.
So I just want to introduce a little bit differences. Okay, I just take this one. Yeah, you can take it. The Denco Ortho bending machine is different. It can bending, especially special is about the hardware Adams clasp. It's really very special. about the arrowhead angle is almost 20 degrees. I think this most difficult parts of the bending machine.
Yeah.
And also, if the crown is very the height is very small, it's very special to bending it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's bending small, and
Sometimes
low.
we use those.
Yeah. Okay. So I will show you how to design it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check out the software.
Yeah.
It looks like it does. Yeah. We'll have to catch him at the next show maybe and see this thing actually bend.
Okay.
But let's come on in here, Alex. Oh, you can't see what he's doing, so you're gonna have to come in here, and he's gonna show you real quick what the software will do.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to use.
Yeah. Actually, our software is focused in orthodontics. Yeah. It can be the AI sabermetric analysis in the VTO and 3D VTO. Actually, it's a chairside use for orthodontic, and at the same time, it can be used for Ortho Lab.
Okay.
Okay, so we just show you the Ortho Lab, but the schedule, how to use it, we beginning from the AI segmentation of the teeth. Just wait a moment. So the first step is AI segmentation of the teeth, and then we can begin the bending machine. Now first I delete all of it.
So these are pre-made templates.
Yes.
Can you draw on the model? Just freehand draw?
Yes, I just return. Yeah. If we just choose the retainer and the tooth position, and we just choose, it can be generated automatically.
Okay.
Yes. Just wait. So after a segmentation, and you choose the traditional whole retainer, it can generate all of the 6 parts automatically, and then you can adjust it by your hand. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And get it all perfect. What's the time? How long do you think it would take to just do a labial bow with, say, Adams class or C class? How long is the design time in your software?
Yeah. Usually we suggest you should use the AI design.
Okay, you let AI do
It's more
it.
faster.
And then how fast is your machine? Does it bend it pretty fast?
Yeah. Bending machine, one piece is usually 6 seconds to 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute for one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, like I said, we can't see this one bend
Yeah,
today.
I
We
should-
plan on doing a little bit more.
Yeah,
Your software looks good.
If you want to change the labial bow, the distance, you can choose just, it's automatically get on.
Yeah.
You can change the
Yeah.
distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important. Okay, and like I said, we plan on doing a little more with this one, but with this compressor not working, we can't really see it bend, and that's the whole point. But yeah, it is a smaller footprint machine than these other ones. It does need an air compressor. It's a 110, right?
Yeah.
110. It is a smaller footprint. If it would, especially for an orthodontic office, it is a little smaller. But we can't see it work, and that's what we're here for, to see it work. And hey, what's your next show? You're gonna keep traveling to like AAO, or maybe we'll catch up with you at another show, Dr. Neal, and be able to see this thing actually bend. Are you gonna bring it to other
Maybe
shows?
we later can get a show on the internet.
Okay.
Online meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a distributor here in the U.S.?
A distributor. We just finding distributor.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, so how does that work? Warranty, service. Say I have some problems with the software. Who do I call?
Oh yeah. The software training we just after sales.
Okay.
After sales in USA.
Okay.
And if I buy the machine, we can also send the person to assemble the machine and the training technician.
Okay.
Okay.
How long do you think that takes to train somebody
How long it takes? Maybe
to learn it?
the software is based on the China or Europe technician is 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you can learn how to use it.
Okay.
It's easy.
Great. Yeah. This opens up. We already talked about maintenance.
Yeah.
We did a kind of a pre-interview to go over some of this stuff. There's not a lot of maintenance. We are all geared up for this battle of the 3. He is a new kid on the block too, and unfortunately his compressor went out. So we'll have to see you on the next one. And maybe when you have a distributor here in the U.S.
I just what's different you can show in the camera. Because we just thinking about the procedure to make the procedure fast, so design the slot you can see here is generated automatically. When you use 3D printing, we do the base, cut the undercut, detect the undercut, and then generate the slot. Also dig the holes for the arrowhead from here. Dig the hole.
Proximal? Okay.
Yeah. Then 3D
Because we do
printing.
that by hand right now with the burr.
Yeah. So I think the procedure is more efficient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. That's something that the other ones aren't doing. Wow. Okay. Well, and is this brand Softer Clear? And then that's the
Denck
brand
Ortho
of the
is the
machine?
company. Yeah.
Okay.
Denck Ortho is the company.
Denck Ortho.
Okay.
Is this? Do you have bigger ones?
Bigger ones.
Yeah. Is this part of the? Because I was just in Germany.
In this show, we just talking. Maybe we want to make a smaller one.
Okay.
Yes, especially some technician needs just a straight wire.
Yeah.
If you just 38 millimeter, I think that it can be smaller.
Yeah.
Don't like this one.
Okay.
Just for straight wire. Yeah.
So you do have a bigger machine. Is it part of another brand, or is this your own? Is this its own brand? Is the bigger machine named the same thing?
No, there's no bigger machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, it is a smaller footprint. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And the price.
Yeah.
pretty
The price is for the special ORG is just 25,000.
25,000.
Including software.
Including software.
Yeah.
How much does the software cost you after that?
Yeah. If manual design is free, including the price.
Okay.
Just if they use AI, it's 150 per month.
Okay, say that one more time. This I got lost on that one. So it's 25,000. That's show price. After the show, is it going to be higher?
Yeah.
How much?
This machine is usually 28 to 30.
28 to 30,000
Okay.
after the show, which is going to have to be because this one isn't working. And then the first year of software come with that price?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's
then how
including
much?
price.
How much do you have to pay for the software? One more time.
Oh, it's if use the manual design, it's also free, including the hardware. It's the price.
Okay, so you're doing kind of the same thing. If you, as
If
Pensa
you use
Labs,
AI, is
How much does that cost if you use AI?
Oh, the AI is also the software is the same.
Okay, it's all
150.
free.
Yeah.
150 for how
150
long?
per month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you charge that per month, or do you usually you're going to bill it every 6 months, every year?
Oh, including software is 1 year.
Okay.
For the hardware.
Okay.
And
Gotcha. All
the
right.
size for the wire is 0.7 to 0.8 to
We
0.9.
we run different wire sizes, or we go by inches. So would it be like a 028 to 030, 032?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I
Yeah.
think seven's like an 028, right? Something like that.
We just suggest the most lab use one size for one machine.
Okay.
If they have more work to do, then get another machine for different size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else you want to add? Your website, how to get a hold of you, who to talk to. I don't know if you're sales rep. You want to add your website? Tell them how to get it. If they have any questions or want to buy it, where do they go?
No.
You don't know yet, but they can get a hold of you, right? If they want to buy it.
They want just email to the company.
Okay.
Email.
Which is Denck Ortho.
Denck Ortho,
Get
yeah,
that
email.
there, Alex. Okay, Dr. Neal. Well, like I said, he does do some other stuff. We don't have time to get into it today. He did a speech at the ORG conference. All the speeches were recorded. So if you want to see what he was talking about, which I was in the class, it was
in the
interesting.
speech I just introduced. Interesting is about actually the digital twin block.
Yes.
Yes.
Digital twin block.
Yes,
and
twin
he
block has
explained
been
why.
used more than 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we have designed the software to the bite plate box for this one here, for this one. Usually we need to do this acrylic for bite plates by hand, and after up, and then you do the lower. So we designed the box, and you can do the acrylic directly. It's more fast and efficient.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that wraps this one up. Little disappointed it's not going to work, but we tried. So it's still
later.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have to show it later. It's still out there. It does have a smaller footprint, we'll put it to the test next time we catch up with Dr. Neil.
Okay,
I
thank
really
you.
appreciate you, Dr.
Yeah,
Neil.
okay,
We've been
thank you,
talking about
thank you.
doing this for a
Yeah.
couple days.
Yeah,
We
see
went
you
over
later.
some questions. We just kind of winged it because it's not working, but it still covers the machine.
Okay, thank
Okay?
you. Yeah.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ortho Outlaw channel. Today, obviously, I'm standing in a hotel room, but I happen to be in Tijuana, Mexico. We'll just say we're down here doing some outlaw things. But on a serious note, I want to talk about the automated wire bending machines that we just seen in Irving, Texas, and interviewed on. Obviously, the Denco, Dr. Neil, the one from China, maybe Germany, wasn't bending. I didn't get to see it bend. I did see some wires on models sitting on his table, but I did not get to see the machine bend. So for that reason, we're going to kind of leave it out of this part of the video. Honestly, I think between Pensa and AOS, I think they both have their strengths, but I do think this is new technology, and as time goes on, it'll just get better and better. Automation is here. I just traveled to all kinds of shows, Lab Day West Chicago, IDS Germany, ORG in Texas, and then the next stop is AAO in Philadelphia this year. So I'm seeing a lot of automation. It's coming, it's here. It's here to actually help us in the labs and speed things up. Looking for precision on, obviously. And I think when it comes to these wire bending machines, it's there. But again, I think it'll get better. Automation is one of them things that's kind of like when 3D printing came out. First, we all didn't want to do it. I know I didn't like it. We didn't like it. It was expensive, created a whole new position, yada, yada, yada. But if you don't embrace it, you're going to get left behind. So that's kind of where we're at with these machines and some other ones that we'll be doing videos on too. AOS, I was calling the OG at the conference because they really are. They've been out on the market the longest. I want to say about 4 or 5 years. I personally we just got ours in November of last year, and it's April of 2025. I don't have all the numbers yet to tell you how much it increased production, but stay tuned. I will have those numbers for you in the future, and I will let y'all know what they did for the lab in Northern California. Pensa, they're the new kids on the blocks. They were turning heads at the show. There was a lot of people around their booth, as well as the AOS booth, and you know, they have something new to show. So there was a lot of interest there. AOS has a proven track record. It's built for production. It's already running in real labs across the nation, and I believe some are around the world as well. When it comes to Pensa Labs, they're running in Neo Lab, which is on the East Coast, and Neo Lab has great things to say about it. Pensa brought some exciting innovation to the table. They have a sleek interface with some promising flexibility for future use. But again, both of their machines have strengths, and the right choice really depends on your specific lab needs and workflow. We'll let you decide which one will work best for you and your lab and your particular situation. Just a quick recap, Orthodontic Lab Solutions is another company we have where we're going to be selling some of this equipment and doing some testing. Our plan is to keep doing these videos and bring some of the equipment in the lab in Northern California and put it to the test. We want to do an unboxing. We want to do maybe a 3-month, 6-month, and 1-year review and let y'all know how some of this new equipment's doing and how it's holding up. Not just equipment, but products as well. So if you see anything that you out there that you would like to have tested or see it on video tested against another product or a machine against another machine, feel free to let us know in the comments, and we'll reach out to those companies and see if we could get them to participate and kind of a head-to-head match like these machines were. One thing we want to do is do the testing, share real results, and not give you sales pitches. We're just going to be honest. It is what it is. We're here to help you stay ahead with honest advice, hands-on support, and real lab testing experience. I personally have been in the industry 26 years, and we've seen evolution firsthand. It's changing faster than ever right now in 2025, and again, just embrace it for many different reasons. But if you don't, you might get left in the dust. We've seen what works, what doesn't, you know, especially when it was 3D printing. I know personally we spent thousands and thousands of dollars, I'll just leave it at that, on the 3D printers that turned out to be not so good. We replaced them with ones that were a lot cheaper, a couple thousand, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 versus the high dollar ones when they first came out. So we're here to make these videos, kind of give you an informed decision. Hopefully you could save some money and not buy the outrageous stuff like when 3D printing first came out. I think a bunch of us made those mistakes. We bought real high-end expensive printers, and now they're a lot cheaper. So hopefully these videos will help you avoid some of that and make an educated decision what's right for your lab. So this is a brand new channel. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. And again, anything you'd like to say, reach out to me. You could either leave it in the comments or email me at orthoutlawmedia@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, y'all, and we'll see you soon.